Listen to your body. I remember the first time I came across that phrase years ago. I was reading a blog post or an article by someone dispensing advice, and they ended the article. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but it ended the article saying, listen to your body. Everyone is different, listen to your body. Which on the surface appears like good advice, and to some degree that's what I'm saying as well. But I remember thinking at the time that there was something missing, that not everybody would understand exactly what that meant, and that in a sense it was a cop-out by the author not to get into the details of what that really meant. It was basically I do this, you can do that, but listen to your body will tell you. So anyway, it occurred to me that there's going to be a difference. If you tell somebody who's been vegan for 10 years to listen to their body, or if you tell someone who's been living on the standard American diet, SAD, for the last 10 years to listen to their bodies, you're going to get wildly different results. So sometimes, in my opinion, the concept of listen to your body needs some further clarification and some specificity in order for people to really understand what that means. In other words, your body may be speaking to you, but you may not know the language, you may not recognize the language that your body is using. So I'm going to share with you 7 things that I have associated with that concept. Listen to your body, and hopefully this might help you as well. The first reason why listen to your body may not be the best advice for an individual is because your body, it may not be your body speaking. It may be parasites speaking. It's been well documented that parasites affect the behavior of their hosts, the organism in which they are living. So you can do a search on this, but there are for how parasites affect their hosts. But it's been shown that certain animals and certain insects, once infected with parasites, actually change their behavior for the benefit of the parasite. So they'll do things that they won't normally do because that's what the parasite needs in order to survive and thrive. I'll give you another example. Years ago, when I was convinced I had a candida overgrowth, I did some research and found out that sure enough, my desire to have sweets right after salt, so I'd have a craving for some Lara bars, something sweet, and then I'd have a craving for terra chips right afterwards, and that craving was one of the symptoms for a candida overgrowth. I'd had a brain fog, they call it. So I was doing some research, trying to find out what was going on. So if your body is telling you to eat sweets and your body is telling you to eat salty foods, then you can't listen to your body because your body it's not you, it's not your body speaking, it's actually the parasites. And so that's one of the main reasons why you have to be careful if you give someone advice to listen to their body. The next thing, so here are some of the ways that I learned to listen to my body. One of the very first things that I would encourage everyone to do is to learn how to recognize hunger. And when you do a fast, it's easier to do that because you start to separate a few things. You start to separate just a habitual desire to eat from actual real hunger. So one of the things you want to be able to do is to listen to your body for it to tell you, am I really hungry or not? Do I really need food? And it's a difficult thing to do, especially if you grow up in a society that demands that you eat 3 meals a day, every day for the rest of your life. Then it's hard to determine whether you actually really need food or not, or if you're just acting out of habit. So that's number one. Remember, the goal of all of this is to live a natural life in an unnatural world. The goal of all of this is to live cleanly, because a clean cell never dies. The goal of all of this is to eliminate obstructions and to provide nutrients to the system so that you can live healthily and maintain your vitality. So your body is going to give you clues. Your body is your ally in this. Your body is going to give you clues to either start doing something that you're not doing, or stop doing something that you're currently doing, in order to keep the body in perfect function. So the next thing that is important to be able to understand that the body is telling you is what your poop is telling you. I've always said, if you can't talk about poop with your friends, then your friends aren't worth poop. You can look at the size, you can look at how frequently your bowel movements are coming. You will need to understand what to look for in the poop, whether it sinks to the bottom or whether it floats. That tells you different things about what you've been eating and how that's interacting with your system. What color it is, it varies by what you're eating, of course, but the coloring should be brown rather than white or gray. So that will tell you something about what your diet, how your diet is affecting you. So your body is going to give you clues that way. Your skin, when you get up in the morning and you look at your skin, do you see bumps? Do you see little pus bumps that are indicating that something is going on inside your system? So one of the ways your body is going to talk to you is by showing you that there's stuff inside that needs to come out, and it's coming out through the largest organ in the body, that's the skin. How you feel in the morning, that's the next, that's number 4 on my list. I hope you've been keeping track. Number 1 is interpreting hunger. Number 2 is translating poop. Number 3 is how your skin talk. 4 are the morning messages your body is going to give you. While you're sleeping, that's when your body is going to be doing the most healing and the most rejuvenating. So in the morning when you get up, that's when, I get up, that's when I'm typically vigilant and observant of how I feel. How is my energy level? How is my eyesight? Can I bounce out of bed, or am I feeling like I'm dragging myself out of bed? These are all indications that your body is telling you that what you did in the previous day or days may or may not be in alignment with the truth of your body's functioning. So that's something to also be aware of. Number 5, your cries for water. There is a book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water that gives a lot of indication as to what dehydration, what your body will tell you if you're not getting enough water, for example. I know that I can feel it in my mouth, feels a little dry. I also feel it in my eyes. There's like an itchiness in my eyes whenever I'm not getting enough water. So that's something I've learned, that how my body speaks to me. Another thing that I discovered, which is really interesting, is sometimes you'll go through the day and one of your nostrils is blocked. So you can breathe clearly through one, but not through the other. And there could be many causes for this, but one of the causes is actually that your body is attempting to conserve water, because as you breathe, you're losing water vapor through your system. So your body is shutting down one to reduce the amount of water vapor that's being lost through breathing. Really fascinating. So your body's cries for water, that's number 5, will be one of the ways that your body speaks to you, so that you can adjust your behavior and keep your body clean and keep it young and living naturally. Mucus Matters. When you get up in the morning, and I alluded to this before, sometimes you may feel, some little granules or mucus in your eyes, or you may have phlegm in your throat, or you may have to blow your nose. That's mucus in your system that your body is telling you needs to come out. Maybe you've been eating too much dairy. Maybe you have a mucus diet. mucus-filled diet of white flours and sugars and starches and all sorts of things. So your body is going to tell you during that overnight fast that as it starts to purge that from your system, you'll notice the mucus coming out. So this is one way that your body talks to you, that you need to stop doing what it is you're doing, because that's not normal. It may be natural because that's the way the body operates, but it's not something that needs to happen. So if you're having a lot of mucus coming out through your system, having to clear your throat, having to spit, having stuff coming out through your eyes, or even in your poop, sometimes you can see mucus in your poop. That's something you need to listen to your body and alter your behavior. All right. So mucus matters. Number 7, speaking in tongues. Now your body will not actually speak in tongues, but your tongue will give you information about your body. It should be pink. It should be shouldn't be slimy, so it should be pink. Shouldn't have white mucus on it. So look at your tongue in the morning and determine what's going on. If it's pink and bright and looking healthy, that's a good sign. If it's slimy and white, mucusy, then that's something going on in your digestive system that you need to address. And so that's number 7, speaking in tongues. Ultimately, as I said, your body is telling you that there's either an obstruction or an accumulation or a deficiency that you need to address. There's either something inside your body that you need to get out, or something that's not in your body, vitamins and nutrients, that you need to get in. So that's the basis. And for the obstructions and the toxicity, one of the best things is for you to fast. So you might actually find that you're not as hungry as you think you should be, or as you've been told you should be, because your body is telling you, look, we don't need food right now. We need to allow the system time to heal and to purge and to detox. So ultimately, your body will tell you whether it's time to fast or whether it's time to nutrify your meals and get more nutritional value in the food you're eating. So those are some tips. There are more, so we'll come back to this topic at some future point. But those are some ways that your body speaks to you. You need to become a body whisperer. You need to speak the language of your body in order to understand how to care for it, so that you can live a natural life in an unnatural world, keep your cells and your system clean, because a clean cell never dies, and to pursue a path of perfect health, long life, and the fountain of youth. Hopefully that's helpful. Leave any comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for the encouragement, and I'll see you in the next video.